Oh iya, iya. Terima kasih.
Ya, sama-sama.
Kanannya Pak yang data yang terakhir itu.
Iya.
Itu kan ada keanggotaan kan separuh ada yang ngisi ada alumni kuliah. Gimana itu Bang?
Oh, ya silakan yang dipilih lainnya aja Pak. Kan ada lainnya. Kalau tidak alumni tidak usah ditulis alumni, lainnya saja. Itu untuk pendataan aja.
Tapi di
Siapa tahu
lainnya
nanti ada alumni STEKOM.
di lain.
Hadir di sini Pak Mampuono. Pak Mampu. Pak Mampu ini jadinya.
Assalamualaikum Pak Mampu.
Waalaikumsalam. Gimana kabarnya Ibu?
Ya. Mbak Azet dan Mbak
Mr.
Anissa.
Kifayat.
Mas, untuk link daftar hadirnya belum ada ya?
Ya, link daftar hadir akan diberikan nanti menjelang akhir acara. Silahkan diikuti terlebih dahulu. Ini Mbak Anissa dan Mbak Azet sudah siap?
Link daftar hadir kirim ke WA gimana itu Pak?
Di live chat sini Pak. Nanti di live chat sini ya. Ya, Bapak Ibu peserta ini persiapan sudah mulai selesai. Ini yang di YouTube sudah saya klik live ya. Kita tunggu saat-saat mulai. Saya serahkan kepada Mbak Anissa dan Mbak Azet yang akan memandu acara pada siang hari ini. Silakan Mbak Azet, Mbak Anissa.
Oke, selamat siang. Pak, mohon maaf suara saya terdengar?
Ya, terdengar Mbak. Dikeraskan lagi nggak apa-apa. Mic-nya dekat. Nggak apa-apa, kelihatan mic-nya nggak apa-apa. Memang.
Oke.
Ditarik aja mic-nya.
Iya. Untuk acaranya saya mulai sekarang aja ya Pak ya?
Sebentar, Pak Jos sudah datang belum?
Oh ya, sebentar. Masih nunggu Pak.
Silakan disapa-sapa dulu, kita mulai jam berapa?
Oke. Selamat siang semuanya, selamat datang dan jumpa kembali di acara webinar internasional ini ya. Untuk acara siang ini sebenarnya akan dimulai jam 3, cuman karena ada beberapa teknis, jadi kita harus prepare lagi. Terus untuk acara ini akan kita segera mulai. Yang sudah datang dan sudah bergabung, terima kasih. Selamat bergabung. Oh ya, untuk presensi tadi dipermasalahkan ya Pak ya. Untuk presensinya nanti ada di link di 10 menit sebelum acara selesai mungkin, atau di pertengahan.
Ingat dong, di on off-nya itu di yang kemarin.
Oke, selamat siang semuanya yang sudah bergabung. Terima kasih masih standby dan mohon diikuti sampai acara webinar selesai ya. Untuk acara webinar internasional dengan judul Prediction of Technology Information Based Career in 2021 and Strategies in Educator and Student to Deal with It, siang hari ini akan segera dimulai. Iya, untuk acara siang hari ini, oh maaf. Oke, untuk acaranya mari kita mulai saja saat ini. Yang terhormat, Bapak Dr. Joseph M.Kom selaku Rektor Universitas STEKOM Semarang. Yang terhormat Bapak Mampuono M.Kom selaku General Secretary of Indonesian Teacher Association. Yang terhormat Profesor Dr. Orhan Gemikonaklı Dekan Fakultas Teknik di Final International University North Cyprus, dan yang terhormat Dr. Kifayat Ulah, Asisten Profesor Computer Science Department di CECOS University of IT and Emerging Science, Pakistan. Serta yang berbahagia Bapak, Ibu, dan teman-teman peserta webinar yang telah hadir dalam acara webinar internasional siang hari ini. Puji syukur kita panjatkan kepada Tuhan Yang Maha Esa, berkatnya kita bisa berkumpul kembali dalam acara webinar internasional ini meski harus bertatap muka lagi secara online karena pandemi COVID-19. Tapi semoga kita semua selalu sehat dan bisa jumpa lagi di acara webinar yang selanjutnya. Untuk webinar internasional kali ini berjudul Prediction of Technology Information Based Career in 2021 and Strategies of Educator and Student to Deal with It, ini diadakan oleh Universitas STEKOM bekerja bersama dengan Ikatan Guru Indonesia atau IGI dan bekerja sama juga dengan Final International University North Cyprus dan CECOS University of IT and Emerging Science Pakistan. Untuk selanjutnya saya akan bacakan untuk susunan acaranya. Yang pertama adalah pembukaan. Yang kedua menyanyikan lagu Indonesia Raya. Yang ketiga adalah opening speech dari Bapak Rector Universitas STEKOM Semarang. Selanjutnya yang keempat adalah pemaparan materi dari speaker pertama Bapak Mampuono M.Kom dari General Secretary of Indonesian Educator Association. Dan selanjutnya untuk acara yang kelima adalah pemaparan materi oleh speaker yang kedua yaitu Profesor Dr. Orhan Gemikonaklı dari Final International University North Cyprus. Dan untuk acara yang keenam adalah pemaparan materi dari narasumber yang ketiga oleh Dr. Kifayat Ulah, Asisten Profesor Computer Science Department di CECOS University of IT and Emerging Science Pakistan. Selanjutnya untuk acara yang ketujuh adalah diskusi dan sesi tanya jawab, dan yang terakhir adalah penutup. Untuk acara yang pertama adalah pembukaan. Mari kita buka acara webinar internasional kali ini dengan doa menurut agama dan keyakinan masing-masing. Berdoa, dipersilahkan. Oke, berdoa selesai. Untuk acara selanjutnya adalah opening speech dari beliau. Oh, maaf. Mohon maaf. Untuk acara yang selanjutnya adalah menyanyikan lagu Indonesia Raya bersama. Untuk waktu kami persilahkan. Oke, terima kasih. Untuk acara yang selanjutnya adalah opening speech dari beliau, Bapak Dr. Joseph M.Kom. Beliau merupakan Rektor Universitas STEKOM Semarang. Beliau juga merupakan e-commerce entrepreneur sejak tahun 2002. Beliau juga merupakan sole license of knowledge brand bicycle di Cina, dan beliau juga merupakan Kabid Hubungan Kemitraan Strategis Penyelarasan Industri Ikatan Guru Vokasi Indonesia. Untuk Bapak Dr. Joseph M.Kom, waktu kami persilahkan. Pak Joseph, sudah siap ready kah?
Pak Joseph.
Oh, maaf Pak, masih ada masalah teknis. Zoom-nya sepertinya masih belum masuk, Pak. Untuk para audiens, mohon ditunggu sebentar. Apakah di sini sudah ada Profesor Dr. Orhan? Profesor Dr. Orhan, good afternoon. Or maybe Dr. Kifayat Ulah, good afternoon from here. Oh, I think not yet.
Hello, can you hear me? Dr. Kifayat
Yes.
here.
Yeah, hello Dr. Kifayat. You can say to Indonesian audience now.
Okay, thank you for giving me this opportunity to present my talk for the Indonesian audience.
Mbak Z, mic-nya.
I'm sorry. I will share about video that is Indonesian culture. I think you can see and we can see together. We can watch together about this video. Wait a moment.
Okay.
Suaranya nggak terdengar, Mbak Z. Share-nya belum dicentang audio.
Masih mute Mbak Z.
Mbak Z. Diulang share screen-nya, dicentang bagian audionya. Audionya dicentang.
Oh iya, Pak.
Ya.
Sebentar. Audio.
Klik share screen, nanti di pojok kiri bawah ada share sound, dicentang dulu baru dipilih videonya.
Oh iya ya. Share computer sound. Sudah ada suaranya, Pak?
Sudah.
Oke. Oke, terima kasih. Oke, kembali lagi ke acara kita. Untuk acaranya yang tadi adalah opening speech dari beliau Bapak Rektor STEKOM Semarang, Bapak Joseph, kami persilahkan.
Ya, terima kasih Pak Asep. Bisa terdengar suara saya ya?
Benar, Pak.
Bisa, Pak.
Ya. Terima kasih semua untuk teman-teman saya dan para pembicara, narasumber, dan semua guru atau mahasiswa yang hadir pada siang hari ini. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable our speakers today, first is Mampuono M.Kom, General Secretary of Indonesian Teachers Association, and Professor Dr. Orhan Gemikonaklı, Dean of Engineering Faculty and Director of School of Professional Education, Final International University, North Cyprus, and Dr. Kifayat Ulah, Associate Professor of Department Computer Science, CECOS University of IT and Emerging Science, Pakistan, and also of all distinguished guests. Ladies and gentlemen, may I first take this occasion to pay tribute to all the audience of this international webinar with the title Protection of Technology-Based Career in 2021 and the strategies of educators and students to dealing with it. Held by STEKOM University, in collaboration with the University North Cyprus, CECOS University of IT, Emerging Science Pakistan, and also Indonesian Teacher Association, or IKI. It is a great pleasure and an honor for me to deliver this welcome remark at the opening of this international webinar. May I first take this opportunity to express my gratitude and appreciation, as well as extend a cordial welcome to all the audiences, in particular all the speakers of today's event. Ladies and gentlemen, the topics of today's webinar is about the development of technology related to the future career and also the strategies that educators and also students to deal with it. Now, we are on the revolution industry 4.0. Industry 1.0 emerged from the idea of the fourth industrial revolution, where technology has become basis in community activities. As we know that technology has transformed from almost every aspect in our lives, and now it seems that education system around the world are due for an update. Besides education system that has changed, educators and students also tapping into the digital revolution and adopting new technologies to reach their full potential. The questions that will raise is, can they adapt quickly enough to prepare children from the changing future of work? It is a big task for educators to prepare them to face this future challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, talk about prediction of the future career based of technology as the title of this webinar. The role of technology will give more impact to this career in the future. On our research found that about 60% of all occupations have at least 30% of activities that are technically automatically based on currently demonstrate technologies. This means people will have to work with technology. Highly skilled workers working with technology will benefit, while low-skilled workers working with technology may experience wage pressure. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope through this webinar, we can overcome the problem that may happen in the digital transformation and technology related to future career based on technology. To conclude, I would like to extend my appreciation to the International Affairs Organization of STEKOM University for making this international webinar. And finally, I wish you to enjoy the webinar today. Let's pray that all our efforts remain in the blessing of God Almighty. Amen.
Ya, terima kasih untuk Pak Joseph atas speech-nya barusan. Sangat bisa bahasa Inggris, bisa bahasa Indonesia, sebagai rektor juga sangat terima kasih. Kemudian acara selanjutnya adalah speech dari Bapak Mampuono, M.Kom, sebagai General Secretary of Indonesia Teacher Association and IT Consultant of Trilateral Collaboration of Germany, Myanmar, and Indonesia. Bapak Mampuono, waktu dan tempatnya kami persilahkan.
Baik, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Can you hear my voice?
Jelas Pak, jelas, aman.
Yes, we listen.
All right. Well, then, ladies and gentlemen, let me say, pray to God that today we're still blessed by Allah that we can gather here together in a very fruitful program of the international webinar. The Honorable Mr. Josh, the Rector of the STEKOM University, good, and other speaker or resource person this afternoon. Welcome to the webinar that may be mostly attended by Indonesian teachers, lecturers, and students. Well, then I will go to my presentation, but may I ask the time that is provided for me by Anissa?
Yes, your time is about 20 to 30 minutes of speech. Boleh tanya Pak, ini nanti boleh diterjemahkan ke bahasa Indonesia atau bagaimana?
Okay. You can translate or interpret my speech in Indonesian.
Okay.
Because this is international seminar, international webinar, so hopefully that what I present can be understood well by other speakers, so that we can have a more what so-called warmer discussion. I will speak in a rather bit slower speaking so that every audience here can understand my speaking. Gitu ya Mbak ya?
Okay.
Well then, I'll go to my presentation.
Oke, beliau akan mulai membuka presentasinya.
Yeah, my warm regard for the participant all over Indonesia, maybe around 2033 minus 2. So around 2031 or 32. Okay, this is my presentation. The title is The Strategies to Face the New Emerging Careers. Wait a minute, this is still the process.
Oke, jadi judul untuk materi dari Bapak Mampuono adalah strategi untuk menghadapi karir sebagai atau dari siswa di tahun 2021.
Yeah, this one. I don't know exactly why the time for loading the presentation quite rather bit longer. But this is it. I'm from Ikatan Guru Indonesia, and I have to correct the statement that I am the Secretary General of Ikatan Guru Indonesia, because the time for me, the period of being the Secretary General of IKI, or Indonesian Teachers Association, has been ended in October 2020. Now, I'm a teacher trainer and also one of the creator of the ideas of some programs of Ikatan Guru Indonesia like PASTI and Interpol GZ. I will tell you later in the end of the presentation. Now, well then, ladies and gentlemen, this is the title, the strategies to face the new emerging careers for students in 2021.
Oke, jadi
Oh
Bapak
no,
mampu.
there's a stuck. Wait a minute. Yeah. I'll tell you about the fact of today. This fact is taken by the World of Economic Forum report. The title is The Future of Jobs Report 2020, and it's published in October 2020. You can see here that some jobs will disappear and others will emerge as the world faces a dual disruption. What are they? According to the report, which is now in edition, that the jobs and skill of the future, tracking the pace of change based on sufficient business leaders and human resource strategies from around the world. This year, we to shed light on the effect of pandemic-related disruption placed in the broader context of longer-term technology trends. Here are the 5 things you need to know from our findings. I tried to elaborate the report and then have a discussion of this. Okay. Ya.
Oh iya, jangan panjang-panjang Pak. Kalau terlalu panjang diterjemahkan sendiri ya Pak ya.
Oh ya, oke. Saya lupa ya. Oke. Okay, that's just the beginning, and I will tell you later. Number 1 is about the workforce is automating faster than expected. Ini mau diterjemahkan?
Iya, jadi yang pertama adalah workforce-nya ini otomatis dan lebih cepat dari ekspektasi yang kita bayangkan. Lanjut, Pak.
Ya, jadi lapangan kerja ya, kemudian juga tenaga kerjanya. Gitu. Jadi there are 85 million jobs in the next 5 years. I think the audience know the meaning of this. Automation in tandem with COVID-19 recession is creating a double disruption scenarios for workers. We know that today we are in the atmosphere of changing because of the IR 4.0 or Industrial Revolution 4.0, and at the same time, the changes has been affected by the COVID-19, where everything in the world have to change, like in Indonesia. the program like this, webinar or online meeting, online seminar, is something rather bit rare and not so reluctantly or according to me, in 2019, we cannot find a lot of online meeting like this before, especially in the field of education, because teachers, students, university schools don't need to have an online meeting for the education activities. But right now, because of COVID, everything in any field has been changed, and everything has been managed by long distance management, long distance meeting, long distance relationship, long distance collaboration. Everything about technology is effectively to the field of our life. So the double disruption is affect our life from the change of the Industrial Revolution and also the COVID. And then communist adoption of technology will transform tasks, jobs, and skills by 2025. Transformation always happened from long ago up to now, but we cannot imagine that the transformation is so fast that everything happened beyond our expectation. So companies today adopt everything about technology, especially smart technology, and they will transform tasks, jobs, and skills by 2025. According to the survey, 43% of businesses are set to reduce their workforce because of technology integration. 43%, almost 50% of the workforce will be reduced. And then 41% plan to expand their use of contractors for task specialized work. 41% is quite great percentage. And this plan is, according to me, a good opportunity for everyone who can read and understand this and prepare everything to face this. And 34% plan to expand their workforce as a result of technology integration. So besides there is a reduction of workforce, there's also the increasing of the workforce because of the result of technology integration. Jadi berdasarkan survei itu 43% bisnis ya, berbagai hal yang berkait dengan usaha gitu ya, mengurangi tenaga kerja mereka karena integrasi teknologi. Kita melihat bahwa seperti minimarket, kemudian perbankan, jalan tol dulu ada sonsinya mana gitu ya, seperti itu sudah hilang ya, dan itu berarti terus-menerus terjadi pengurangan. Tetapi justru ada dengan teknologi ini juga 41% dari perusahaan-perusahaan itu merencanakan untuk memperluas ya penggunaan kontraktor, artinya pegawai kontrak gitu, tenaga kerja yang disewa untuk pekerjaan-pekerjaan yang khusus terspesialisasi. Dan 34% dalam survei itu menyatakan bahwa mereka akan memperbesar ya jumlah tenaga kerjanya justru karena integrasi teknologi. Jadi ada yang berkurang, ada yang bertambah. 5 tahun dari sekarang, 4 years from now, employees will divide work between humans and machines roughly equally. Jadi 5 tahun dari sekarang, 2025 itu antara manusia dan robot, manusia dengan mesin, itu mereka akan punya posisi yang berimbang di dalam bekerja, gitu ya. Artinya banyak pekerjaan-pekerjaan yang dulunya dikerjakan manusia dikerjakan oleh robot, gitu ya. Kemudian muncul pekerjaan-pekerjaan baru, ya, yang karena integrasi teknologi. That's it, ya. Kita bisa melihat di sini, we can see demands for some jobs will rise while other will shrink over the next 5 years. We can see from the first rank is the data analyst, and scientist. Jadi ada pekerjaan yang namanya kemarin disebutkan oleh orang Microsoft, Mas Obed itu, bahwa saat ini yang namanya data scientist dan data analis itu menjadi pekerjaan idola, ya. Because the salary is great, and then it's specialized, and it's a global job. And you can do that not in the office that you have to come to, but you can do that in long distance. Ya. Yang akan berkurang itu para ini data entry clerk, ya, tugas-tugas input data, gitu ya. And then go to number 2 is artificial intelligence and machine learning specialist. I can tell you a little about our machine that is used by almost everyone in Indonesia, that is the Android. If you have Android that mostly developed by Google with great collaboration with people all over the world. For instance, about the machine translation. The machine translation of like Google Translate, it doesn't only translate one word to another word, but the program there, deep learning, and then neural network with artificial intelligence that can think like the human think and translate everything like human translating. Also, for instance, the speech to text or text to speech, like what I've made with menulis dengan mulut, membaca dengan telinga. Because of the development of the program, the machine which read the text, it doesn't like machine anymore, but it tends to be a human with the prosody or the emotional tone in reading the text. It's like human being. That's it. Artificial intelligence and machine learning specialist. If you, the students, the teacher can advise the student to choose this kind of career, it's very good for them. It's very good for their future. And then the decreasing demand, the right hand is administrative and executive secretaries. You will maybe secretary is a very high price or what so-called bona fide job long ago, but now everything has been changed by technology. Now, big data specialist, we know that every day everything works by data. Maybe everybody here who are using this kind of tool, Zoom, you have to enroll yourself. You have to, maybe before entering the Zoom, you have your account, everything is data. And data is very important. So being a data specialist is a very good job that's in demand of many companies. Accounting, bookkeeping, payroll clerks, cashier, something like that, is decreasing demand for them. Now, digital marketing and strategy specialists, if you have a skill of marketing something digitally, you're skillful in using social media, you're skillful in using, for instance, Instagram, Facebook, or maybe WhatsApp or Telegram, and other things dealing with marketing digitally. This is your career. And then strategy specialists, if you have good higher order thinking skills, good in analyzing, good in evaluating and creating something, strategy is an unspirited part of your thinking every day. This is for you. Accountants, auditors, everything can be done by technology. Now, process automation specialists, you know that today human like everything done automatically. Now we have heard about the auto driving car, auto driving, what so-called boat auto driving, something like that. And automation specialist is something that is a very good career. That is that the demand is increasing every day. Now, assembly and factory workers, yeah. Now maybe there are Indonesian steel workers in factory that doing this kind of assembly work, but because the development of the technology that's very fast, like we can see in YouTube that the major companies of cars, for instance, they even built the car using the 3D printing. So everything has been designed in a 3D computer, and then it's sent to the 3D printer, and everything print using the, of course, the material that is suitable with the machine, like Marcy, Be My Wife, and not Be My Wife, BMW, yeah, something like that. And then the business development professionals. So if long ago, persons tend to enroll a job in a company, enroll a position in a company, in like a civil servant, something like that. But right now, the need of the company is everybody who can create ideas in developing new business. So for instance, you're joining Google, you're joining Shopee, you're joining like maybe Indonesia, Gojek, something like that. What is the new business that can be developed by you as a development professional? So this kind of thing, once more times, need the skills of using the higher order thinking skills. And of course, your hard skills that you got from the school, from the university, and also from your community. And then go to number 6 on the right hand, business services and administration managers. Now managers of administration and business services is something that is decreased. So don't be so proud with this position. Go to number 7, the digital transformation specialist. Everything has been transforming into digital. So the specialist of this kind of thing is needed. Then client, number 7 on the right hand, client information and customer services worker. You don't need this kind of job anymore if both Autobot, tax board can change the position of this kind of workers, for instance, like that. If you go to the group or WhatsApp group, you can see that both serves you with information. You just write down info and everything. Oh, this seminar has been held by STEKOM University in collaboration with Ikatan Guru Indonesia, something like that. And then about the certificate, about everything, it's been done by both. This is just an example why the client information customer services worker has been decreased. Now, number right is the information security analysis. Information is very important, and there's data, there's process in it, and the security is very important because outside of the system, there may be burglars, robbers, or thieves that maybe will steal the data and used for their business that maybe can destroy your business of a company. So security is very important, and the analysis who can solve the problem, analyze everything, and then find the best security for a system. That's the profession that is needed and increased by demand. Then general and operation managers. Everything has been managed by technology, and excuse me, you have to go aside. Ya, jadi Bapak Ibu, saya pikir jelas nih ya data-data ini. Nggak perlu saya terjemahkan lah, pasti bisa ini. Ya, okay. Nah, saya tidak perlu jelaskan ya, banyak semakin ke sini business services and sorry, ini I have to drag it out. Yeah, because a lot of project that is made, so project managers is increased, but financial analysis is decreased. Business services administration managers, postal services and clerk. You know that today there's no purpose again, and if long ago when you're still children, even your teachers taught you to sing kring kring pos ya. Aku tukang pos rajin sekali, surat ke bawah naik sepeda, something like that. Now maybe our children don't know that because this kind of profession or career every day is decrease, and then finally maybe there's no purpose again. And okay, go to database and network professional. Okay, database and network. It's still very important, and it's still in demand. Sales representative, wholesale, manufacturing, technical, scientific product. This is something that can be explained by machine. Robotic engineers. This is something cool. This is something which is needed by a lot of companies because next, everything will be done by robot. Strategic advisors. This is about strategy. If you're full of the thinking about strategy, this is your chance and opportunity to choose this career. And then I will just read the left-hand position of the profession, because the right hand you can read yourself. The management, organization, analyst, and then fintech engineers, mechanics and machinery repairs, organizational development specialist, risk management specialist, and so on. This is the Future of Job Survey World Economic Forum result. You can also read that in Google, of course, but I explain this to you, especially Indonesian audience, because this is so much interesting and important. Now go to the robot. This is amazing, and I can say this is awesome. The robot revolution will create 97 million new jobs. This is the positive thing. This is the optimistic statement. I like to choose the optimistic term than the pessimistic term. I can also write down here the revolution. The robot revolution will destroy many millions of jobs, but this is it. Okay. As the economy and job markets evolve, developed, or being developing, the new roles will emerge across the care economy in technology fields, AI, creation careers in social management, social media management, and content writing. The emerging professions reflect the greater demand for green economy jobs, roles at forefront of the data and AI economy, and new roles in engineering, cloud computing, and product development. And the up and coming jobs highlight the continuing importance of human interaction in the new economy through roles in the care economy, in marketing, sales, and content production, and in roles that depend on the ability to work with different types of people from different backgrounds. Jadi karena market atau pasar kerja dan ekonomi itu terus-menerus berkembang, peran-peran yang ada pun terus meningkat, berkembang pesat, ya. Jadi ada hubungan ya antara peran-peran itu di bidang ekonomi, terutama dalam bidang teknologinya, ya. Seperti halnya penggunaan artificial intelligence dan karir-karir yang berhubungan dengan content creation, ya, pembuat konten, gitu ya. Kemudian naiknya atau bertambahnya profesi yang berhubungan dengan hal itu merefleksikan, ya, tuntutan yang tinggi terhadap pekerjaan-pekerjaan dalam green economy. Peran-peran dari bagian terdepan, ya, dari ekonomi yang berbasis data dan AI. Kemudian juga peran-peran di dalam engineering, cloud computing, dan pengembangan produk. Kemudian pekerjaan-pekerjaan yang muncul, ya, the upcoming, dan terus akan bermunculan, ya, itu menunjukkan pentingnya interaksi, ya, antara ekonomi yang baru dengan peran-peran ekonomi yang berperhatian. Misalnya adalah marketing, sales, kemudian content production, dan itu peran-peran itu bergantung kepada kemampuan untuk bekerja dengan berbagai tipe orang dalam berbagai background. Oke. Ini laptop saya agak panas nih, kelihatannya berat mikir. Oke, Bapak Ibu bisa melihat ini ya. This is in Indonesian and you can see ya. Pengacara atau lawyer, driver, kemudian financial analyst, kemudian chef, and then the medical worker and worker of factory worker, something like that, and administration worker. They all will be changed position. The position will be changed by the robot. Smart technology, smart artificial intelligence. And you can see that a lot of that if you go to Google. You can also open the what's so-called the YouTube, something like that. Okay.
Oke, Pak Mampuono, mohon maaf.
Ya Mbak, kurang sedikit.
Oh ya, enggak, di share screen ulang boleh Pak? Ini ada beberapa yang enggak. Ya, ada beberapa yang enggak kelihatan Pak.
Oke. Saya stop share dulu.
Ya, terima
baru.
Oh, sudah Pak, sudah kelihatan Pak.
Sekarang nggak kelihatan ya berarti ya, karena saya matikan.
Iya.
Sebentar. Kayaknya anget laptop saya ini. Yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. There's a little problem with the slide share.
Yeah, just try again, but I think any something wrong.
There's a little technical problem, and I try to solve the problem because I hope that this machine, this laptop, doesn't need to restart. But wait a minute. Yeah, I'll try to restart once more.
Okay.
Because I cannot see the windows that I have to share in the select window or application that you want to share in here. So I will tell, it doesn't matter. I'll try to open my presentation and you do so-called see, because the time is maybe rather bit limited. Wait a minute.
Pak Solikan mungkin bisa membantu.
Materinya belum di-share ke sini, jadi saya tidak tahu.
Oh.
Ya.
Ya, sambil saya share materinya gitu, Mas Solikan ya.
Oke.
Tapi, bentar. Oh yeah, right now. Can you see my presentation?
Baru proses Pak. Start share screen.
Nggak usah di slideshow aja, biar nggak berat.
Ya, ini sudah terlihat Pak.
Oke. I will not touch the slideshow because maybe it will hard for the computer to work.
Oke, sudah bisa dilanjutkan, Pak.
Okay, now we go to the
Di full screen ya, Pak ya?
yeah. I'll say that for tons of job, but it will create tons too. Yeah, you can see here, data detective, bring your own IT facilitator, ethical sourcing officer, artificial intelligence business development manager, master of edge computing, walker or talker, witness community technician, etc., etc. A lot of things that are created by robot, by AI. Now go to number 3. Yeah. According to the report, there are after skill that is most sought. Jadi ada after skills yang paling banyak dicari. Tahun 2025, analytical thinking, creativity, and flexibility. Jadi kemampuan berpikir analitis, kita ketahui menurut riset, guru Indonesia, dosen Indonesia itu lemah di berpikir kritis dan berpikir kreatif dan kreativitas. Nah ini harus jadi solusi. Bagaimana nanti STEKOM, bagaimana nanti IG, bagaimana nanti yang lain-lain, pemerintah, judi itu bisa membuat bahwa murid-murid Indonesia, mahasiswa Indonesia itu punya analytical thinking dan creativity dan juga flexibility. Jadi orang sekarang bilang menikmati zona nyaman, tapi begitu orang berpikir fleksibel, dia bisa hidup di zona manapun. Karena fleksibel, dia akan menyesuaikan diri sedemikian rupa. Ya, jadi after skill semacam itu, ya mau ditempatkan di bagian apa, diletakkan di daerah mana, gitu ya. Orang tetap tough, gitu ya, seperti itu. Now go to the new emerging this year are skills in self management. Kemampuan mengontrol diri, memanage diri, ya. Such as active learning, ya, menjadi orang yang pembelajar yang aktif, nggak usah disuruh belajar sendiri, resilience, stress tolerance, dan ya and flexibility. Okay, now go to the next soft skill yang paling banyak digunakan. Ya, ada berapa menit lagi, Mbak? Putus.
5 menit, Bapak.
Oke, 5 menit ya. Oke, pas 5 menit. Ya,
5 menit, Bapak.
5 slide lagi. Ini kita bisa melihat Bapak Ibu bahwa kita butuh, anak-anak kita butuh soft skill ini, dan tentu saja gurunya itu mestinya gitu ya, juga harus dosennya, gurunya itu harus menguasai sebagai model ya. Bagaimana communication-nya, organization-nya, teamwork-nya, punctual, critical thinking-nya, social skill, creativity, interpersonal communication, adaptability, friendly personality. That's it. Now number 4. Jadi banyak perusahaan ternyata fokus pada upgrading skills, ya. Jadi kita lihat kalau mungkin pernah ke Microsoft, kantornya Google, kantornya Gojek, gitu ya. Di sana itu tempatnya dibuat menyenangkan, tetapi tempat yang menyenangkan itu gunanya adalah bagaimana orang bisa adaptable dengan pekerjaan-pekerjaan baru, di mana upgrading skill ini menjadi salah satu tuntutannya. Ya. Jadi kalau kita lihat di sini, Bapak Ibu sekalian ya, ada shifting priorities ya. Ya. Jadi kenapa kok upgrading itu perlu gitu ya? Nah, justru diantaranya skill-skill itu yang rupanya adalah bentuk soft skill gitu ya. Jadi kemampuan untuk critical thinking dan critical analysis, jadi problem solver, bisa manage diri sendiri, bekerja sama dengan orang lain, kemudian bagaimana aktivitas-aktivitas dengan manajemen ya dan komunikasi, bagaimana menggunakan teknologi dan mengembangkannya. Kemudian core literasi dasar Bapak Ibu sekalian ya. Literasi dasar itu apa saja? Literasi bahasa, menyimak, berbicara, kemudian membaca dan menulis. Membaca pada levelan apa, menulis pada levelan apa, ini jadi perhatian. Itu literasi yang pertama. Number 2 is numeric, ya, bagaimana berkait angka, implementasinya seperti apa. Number 3 science, number 4 digital literacy. Ya. Kalau orang paham digital, dia media literasinya pun akan mengikuti sebenarnya begitu. And then go to financial. Tahu kalau gajinya cuman hanya 15 juta satu bulan gitu ya, suami istri guru gitu. Kreditnya mobil Mercy dengan cicilan 20 juta per bulan, itu kan financial ininya kurang bagus ya. Jadi ya harus dikembangkan financial literacy-nya. And then budaya dan keluargaan. Now kemudian juga physical abilities ya, terakhir. Jadi bahwa pekerjaan-pekerjaan jarak jauh itu menjadi bagian utama dalam perubahan saat ini dan sangat banyak dibutuhkan, gitu ya. Kemudian, ya.
Pak Mampuono, mohon maaf, waktunya sudah habis, Pak.
Ya, ini 2 slide lagi, Mbak. Bagaimana strategi siswa? Kan kita bicara strategi ini harus masuk, gitu ya. Ya. Seorang siswa harus menjadi pembelajar seumur hidup yang terus belajar dan juga literate, tadi sudah kita sebutkan tadi ya. Kemudian juga jadi good decision maker ya. Ini seperti ini ya, menghadapi, menyiapkan diri dengan rupa dengan after skills yang bagus. Kemudian bagaimana strateginya sebagai guru ya, sama jadi model untuk lifelong learners, menghadapi era dengan kemampuan-kemampuan revolusi industri keempat, masyarakat 5.0, global teacherpreneurship ya. Kemudian juga kalau di IGI kita punya pasti pusat solusi integrasi IGI yang nanti akan mensolusikan masalah kompetensi, literasi, advokasi dan data collection. Kemudian Interpol GZ itu inkubasi teacherpreneur terpola, guru cerdas Indonesia Emas, yang itu nanti akan menyiapkan guru-guru dengan kemampuan teacherpreneur yang di satu sisi dia punya nilai tambah, dia punya kemampuan entrepreneurship, tapi dia juga kemampuan creating ideas, melatih yang lain, meneliti, bahkan mempengaruhi stakeholder untuk membuat kebijakan pendidikan. That's it, Bapak Ibu sekalian, terima kasih ya atas perhatiannya dan saya kira dari saya cukup sekian. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Terima kasih Pak Mampuono atas presentasi yang sangat luar biasa.
Oke, sama-sama Mbak.
Oke, untuk acara yang selanjutnya adalah pemaparan materi dari narasumber yang kedua, Profesor Dr. Orhan Gemikonaklı dari Final International University North Cyprus. Beliau merupakan Dekan Fakultas Teknik dan Director of School of Vocation Education Post-Secondary in Final International University North Cyprus. Professor Orhan, good afternoon from here. Are you stand by here? Hello? Can you hear me? Oh yeah, I can hear you, but can you make your voice, your volume to be loud?
Sorry, can you repeat, please?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you, but it is so need more volume. Mr. Orhan?
Yes, I'm listening.
So noisy.
Is there a problem?
Can you make your microphone near you?
Microphone mute.
Hello. Mr. Orhan.
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I can
Headsetnya
listen.
mungkin lebih didekatkan, Mbak. Headsetnya itu kan di bawah
Oh, yeah.
mikrofon.
You can make your speak. Sorry, you can make your mic to be near with your voice. I can listen. I can hear, but it is so noisy.
It's noisy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh no. Yours is not. Now it's not. But it is need more volume.
Maybe the problem is the headset. Maybe.
Yeah, I think also problem with
I have to wear the
headset.
headset. I don't use external.
Oh, sudah kedengaran. Okay.
speakers. So now I'm trying to share my screen.
Mr. Orhan, what about the top of your microphone? Your microphone position maybe affect the volume of the.
Well, microphone is together with the camera, so if I move it, camera moves as well. So, is it too bad? I can hear you clearly, but I don't know.
I'm sorry, Professor Orhan, we can hear your voice, but your voice sounds like it's from across the room.
I see what you mean.
It's so small that we.
Solve that problem. I mean, I don't know what to do about it. Just a moment. Can you speak now, please?
Okay, so can you try to speak louder when you present your material? Okay, that's good.
No?
Yeah, it's better than before.
Is it?
Kayaknya posisi mikrofonnya kayaknya.
Yeah, but I can't position the microphone because camera will disappear too. I don't know if I bring it closer, as you say, I get closer to, I take it further away, I get away too. So I don't know how to deal with that. It's a single unit. Let me try to share screen. First time I am doing a presentation on Zoom. Let's see if I can get okay, this is my presentation, share. I'm okay now, can you see the screen? I wish I could go to... Yes.
Okay, Mr. Orhan?
Yes.
Yeah, because of here is, I mean, all of our audience didn't know about English, so you can present your PowerPoint, and then I will translate to Indonesian language.
Okay, so I'll talk about 10 minutes and then pause, yes? So you can translate. Is that okay? Yeah.
Okay.
Few slides and I stop. Or do you want me to stop after every slide?
Okay.
Whichever way you want. Let's see. Okay. Right. I hope you can see the presentation. Okay. Hello, everyone. I would like to greet you all. My respects to the Rector, Dr. Joseph, the speakers, Mampuono, and the next one, Kifayat, and all those who organize this event. I hope the voice is clear now. I'm Orhan Gemikonaklı from Cyprus, Final Indonesia University. Just a few sentences about myself. I was in the United Kingdom for some 35 years, where I worked at universities I left as an emeritus professor exactly 3 years ago to come back to my own country, and I'm here now. I started at final university about 6 months ago. Right. So in this presentation, I'll talk about possible job markets in technology and mostly in information technology. So look at things such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, the world of communication, some statistics, the opportunities they bring, and so on. Now, before starting, a friend of mine who was an expert in statistics said once there are 3 types of lives. One is ordinary life, the other one civil life, the third one is statistics. Now, with this COVID-19 era, there have been a lot of unacceptable statistics. I understand what he meant, but of course, there are serious statistics used in analyzing today's society, every field of it. So we do take statistics seriously, and yes, we'll look at some statistics as well. IT, or information and communication technology, ICT, play an important role in today's market, as it has been for the past few decades. IT, if you try to define it in one sentence, we can say it's related to computing technology, so networking, hardware, software, the internet, and all relevant technologies that are used in every aspect of life today, from business, from employment, from industry to daily life. But we sometimes tend to overuse the term IT. We can look at the techniques for processing when we talk about IT, or the application of statistical, mathematical methods to decision making, which are becoming increasingly more important in today's world, especially looking at artificial intelligence, machine learning, etc. And of course, the simulation higher order thinking through computer programs.
Okay, I will translate first this.
Yes, please do.
Thank you. Untuk materi beliau ini adalah berjudul prediksi karir di dunia informasi teknologi tahun 2021 dan strategi untuk pendidik dan juga siswa. Untuk materi yang pertama tadi adalah informasi teknologi atau teknologi informasi. Jadi teknologi informasi ini mengacu pada banyak hal yang berhubungan dengan komputer teknologi, termasuk network, hardware, software, internet, dan juga teknologi yang relevan. Terus untuk poin yang kedua, istilah IT itu sudah digunakan benar-benar sangat sering di dunia ini. Dan IT bisa didefinisikan menjadi 3 kategori. Yang pertama adalah teknik untuk proses, yang kedua adalah aplikasi pada metode statistik dan matematika untuk pembuatan keputusan, dan yang terakhir adalah simulasi untuk program komputer. Okay, you can continue, Mr.
Thank you. Now, when we look at some statistics, the projected percentage in employment in various fields between 2010 and 2020, we see that there's a 47% increase foreseen in all industrial occupations. Software developer systems lead the trend with 72%. And software developers applications, the second biggest one. Of course, computer system analysts, computer support specialists, computer engineering and science occupations are very important too. Some useful statistics. The annual percent change in output and employment in selected industries again show that computer systems design industry is ahead of all other industries. One reason for that is that computing is in every walk of the life, whichever industry we talk about, computers have to be part of it. So IT, ICT, computing-related fields are anything to do with computing, first of all, hardware, software, cybersecurity, big data, data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, big data, Internet of Things, and so on. So artificial intelligence is one of the technologies of future. Today as well, it's already being used in.
Okay, I will translate.
Yes, you translate. Yeah, please.
Oke. Oke, thank you. Untuk yang pertama tadi, di diagram yang sebelumnya itu ada presentasi, maaf, perubahan presentasi antar proyeksi pada tenaga kerja di beberapa pekerjaan tertentu pada desain sistem komputer. Dan yang berhubungan dengan pelayanan di Papua adalah perubahan presentasi tahunan dari proyeksi rata-rata pada output dan tenaga kerja tenaga kerja di industri tertentu tahun 2010 hingga 2020. Sedangkan untuk yang setelah sebelumnya, maaf karena ini udah dilanjutkan untuk slide-nya, IT atau ICT atau computing related fields. Jadi semua area computing, terus hardware, software, keamanan cyber, big data, data science, terus ada artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotic, dan juga IoT. You can continue, Mr.
Thank you. So artificial intelligence is a very wide field, in fact. We talk about machine learning as we separate from AI. In fact, it's a subset of artificial intelligence. And if we take a further subset of machine learning, we can say that's deep learning. So all these are all related, we discuss them separately. So if you have to define AI, artificial intelligence, briefly, we can say it's the ability of a computer or a robot controlled by a computer to do tasks that are usually done by humans because they require human intelligence and discernment. Well, that's very important. To do things done by human, there's some automated things. Okay, that's not necessarily artificial intelligence. We're talking about going beyond that. Decision making, that's what human does. Speech recognition, natural language processing, image recognition. These are getting into machines nowadays, or real-time recommendations as we see increasingly more in today's world, or virus and spam prevention, not just with traditional virus checkers, but beyond that, with some intelligent approaches, or automated stock trading, ride-share services that are becoming increasingly important again, household robots, autopilot technology, and many more. Well, AI is tomorrow's technology, we said, although it's used today as well, but not at full scale. So what are the employment opportunities then? 37% of business and organizations employ AI today, and the trend is in an increasing direction. More than 3 billion voice assistants are now in use. That's amazing. And it will increase further. AI industry will be earning $118 billion a year by 2025. That's the projection. That shows the scale of the business aspects. 2 in 3 Americans believe self-driving cars are safer than regular cars, which means actually the intelligence will be the future of driving as well. There are about 25 countries working on designing autonomous vehicles. The self-driving car industry could be worth more than $600 billion over the next 5 years. These are interesting statistics. Yes,
yeah.
You can.
Thank you. Ini adalah statistik AI utama. Yang poin pertama adalah 30% bisnis dan organisasi tenaga kerja hari ini lebih dari 3 miliar suara asisten digunakan saat ini. Dan industri AI saat ini sudah memulai dari $118 tahun 2025. 2 dari 3 orang Amerika percaya bahwa self-driving car atau mobil yang menyetir sendiri itu lebih aman daripada regular car. Selanjutnya ada 25 negara sekarang bekerja menggunakan mesin autonomous design. Oke, thank you.
Thank you. For statistics, the US revenues from artificial intelligence in 2018 were 1.62 billion. It's projected to reach 31.2 billion, almost 20 times the 2018 value. The AI industry could be worth more than 15 trillion by 2030, according to statistics. And as we said, revenues will be in excess of $118 billion there in 2025. Well, what are the consequences? As we have seen in the computer revolution, some jobs are taken by machines, robots, computers, etc. Will it reflect AI robots as well? Obviously, about 1.8 million people are expected to lose their jobs to AI robots. However, as computers created more jobs, well, they will take away some jobs. AI is expected to create new jobs as well, and this is expected to be around 2.3 million other jobs compared to 1.8 million that will be lost. So there are a lot of stats that can be obtained from the internet. Too much to present here, of course, but yes, there are valuable links where we can look at statistics, because statistics tell us about job opportunities as well. So we said AI, machine learning. Well,
Sorry.
would you like to translate?
I'm sorry,
Yes.
I will translate this
Yes,
first.
yes.
Oke, thank you. Untuk kesempatan dari job AI ini, pendapatan Amerika dari AI ini di tahun 2018 mencapai 1,62 miliar, dan dari hingga tahun 2025 terekspektasi menjadi 31,2 miliar. Sedangkan untuk industri AI juga bisa digunakan lebih dari, juga bisa mendapatkan lebih dari 15 triliun hingga 2030. Dan prediksi analis untuk industri AI akan mendapatkan tambahan sekitar 118,6 miliar hingga tahun 2025. Okay, you can continue.
Okay, thank you. Now we talked about automation. That's been around for decades now within production of computers, program machines. In automation, machines could only do what they were programmed to do. AI and machine learning will revolutionize that. It won't be just to program machines, computers to do something, but now machines, computers are programmed to program themselves to learn and improve what they do. So if you go well beyond the traditional automation we have been witnessing over the past many decades. So in fact, machine learning is development of computer programs, but not ordinary programs. This will be the program that can access data and use data to learn for themselves. That's the revolution machine learning and AI is bringing to the world. What are the implications in job market? Well, certainly machine learning jobs will be jobs for the future. So we'll need machine learning engineers, data scientists, natural language processing scientists, software developers, engineers. And that will be for AI and machine learning rather than ordinary programs developed. And human-centered machine learning designers.
Okay, Professor Orhan. Okay, I will translate first. Okay, jadi
Yes, please.
Jadi AI ini, jadi AI ini meskipun mengurangi pekerjaan, tapi juga mereka membuat pekerjaan baru yang lebih banyak. Lalu machine learning atau pembelajaran mesin ini adalah sebuah revolusionari yang membuat AI itu membuat pekerjaan AI yang sangat revolutionary. I'm sorry, you can continue first.
Thank you. So as we said, machine learning will be an application of artificial intelligence that will provide system the ability to automatically learn and improve from experience, which means they won't need to be programmed to perform specific tasks. They'll be programmed to learn themselves and then perform new tasks that they wouldn't be able to with usual programming. So it's about the development of computer program that can access data and use data to learn for themselves. So primary aim is to allow computers to learn automatically, no human intervention or assistance, and they'll adjust their actions accordingly. As they learn, they'll be able to perform more tasks. And hopefully for the human race, not themselves. But okay, what is learning then? If machines can learn just like people, what is it really? How does it begin? When does it begin? When we learn from birth by observations, by observing, we collect data effectively. We look at examples, learn from examples. We have direct experience doing something, we learn through that. We learn through instruction. We learn to look at patterns in data and make better decisions in the future. Well, that will all be based on examples that we live in our lives. So can machines do the same? How can they learn? Well, it will be similar to human learning. And there are different algorithms developed for this purpose. We are not going to go into details of this, but for future jobs, this will be essential knowledge to acquire and skills to develop. There are supervised machine learning algorithms already in place, more will come about. Unsupervised machine learning algorithms too, or semi-supervised machine learning algorithms, or reinforcement machine learning algorithms that are being widely researched, also used, already used in some industries. That will be some essential field to move into for people who are interested in machine learning, AI, and so on.
Okay.
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 Yes, you can translate.
Okay. Jadi bagaimana mesin ini belajar? Tujuan dari pembelajaran ini nanti mesin akan dibuat belajar tanpa ada campur tangan manusia. Tujuan dari machine learning ini, dan machine learning lalu machine learning ini atau pembelajaran mesin ini nanti juga akan dapat membelajar sebuah data, contoh, dan yang bisa dimasukin, yang bisa didata dari mereka. May continue.
Okay, so machines will either become the human race's slaves to do the jobs they are assigned to. That was the thing so far, because they were programmed to do certain tasks, or learning through their experiences. We don't know where they'll get if we lose the control. Maybe one day they rebel, as we call work. Data science is something outside AI. Well, in fact, these fields are interrelated. It's difficult to rip one apart from the others. So if you have to define data science, it's a field of study that combines domain expertise with programming skills, knowledge of mathematics and statistics, to extract meaningful insights from data. So again, it's working with data, using various fields and statistics to interpret data and put it into good use. What for example, we can identify and predict diseases, optimize shipping logistics routes in real time, detect fraud. Healthcare recommendations may come as a result. You can automate digital ads, etc. And the good side is that through use of this artificial intelligence, robots, machines will be doing this, not just human. So data scientists are becoming more and more important for future job market. And their job will be to extract, pre-process, and analyze data. Through these companies will be able to make better decisions in whatever they do. Various companies have their own requirements and use data accordingly. And in the end, the goal of data scientists will be to make businesses grow better. You can translate, yes.
Okay, thank you. Data science. Jadi data science ini adalah bidang studi yang menggabungkan antara keahlian domain, keterampilan, pemrograman, dan pengetahuan matematika dan juga statistik untuk mengekstrak wawasan dan memiliki arti dari data. Selanjutnya ada identifikasi dan prediksi untuk prediksi pada penyakit, optimisasi shipping atau pengemasan paket barang dan logistik, dan rute logistik di real time atau waktu yang nyata. Selanjutnya ada untuk deteksi fraud, untuk rekomendasi healthcare, dan juga digital ads, untuk otomatisasi digital ads. Selanjutnya untuk tujuan dari data scientist ini adalah untuk mengekstrak atau pre-proses dan menganalisis data. Jadi sehingga dengan ini perusahaan dapat membuat keputusan yang lebih baik gitu. Dan perusahaan juga memiliki permintaan dari mereka dan penggunaan data ini, dan pada akhirnya untuk tujuan data scientist ini bisa membuat bisnis tumbuh lebih besar lagi. Thank you.
Thank you. What this
Okay,
chart shows the market share of various disciplines, various areas. We don't see AI there or machine learning or computer programming, but in fact, every single of this has within itself AI, software development. We said 37% of business already use AI. Well, in the near future, will approach maybe 200% of businesses. So whichever you pick from, as I motor vehicles, smart cars with using AI, consumer products, electronics, well, that's developing AI anyway. Any industrial business machines will be using AI. Health, medical, dental, academic institutions, and so on. So in fact, AI will be part of every single area we see on this chart. Yes, you can translate that and we move on to World Open.
Sorry.
We can translate that bit and we change topic a bit.
Okay, I will translate first untuk market share yang tadi dijelaskan oleh beliau, ada pembagian yang pertama adalah kendaraan bermotor yaitu 14,8%, dan ada aerospace 18,2%, industrial atau bisnis industrial atau mesin ada 18,8%, produk konsumer atau elektronik ada 12,8%, medical dan dental ada 11,0%, institusi akademis ada 8,1%, pemerintah atau militer ada 6,2%, dan sisanya yang lain adalah 7,2%. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, what telecommunications, a field, another area that has been dominating the world industry, especially as we move to cellular communications. So the telecom network infrastructure market, when we look at it at a global level, was worth more than $80 billion. In 2026, projected that it will exceed $100 billion. So cumulative annual growth rate will be quite high between 2020 and 26. And of course, global telecom services are mostly for commercial use, but still, the residential market has more than a third of its share. When we look at some statistics again in the telecom market, when we look at households with internet access at home and households with a computer in 2019, well, internet access is increasing more rapidly than computers at home. That's because smart telephones, smart devices have been developed to allow internet access from home. So even without computers now, internet access is growing. So it's another field to consider. Mobile phone subscriptions worldwide increased exponentially, especially after the year 2000, and still it an increase, although it's coming to a saturation. It says 105% of the world uses them. Of course, I mean, 2 or 3 mobile phones each, it will go over 100% easily. So that's another market which is already providing jobs, but will continue to do so in near future as well. Again, we look at the increase in internet users in billions and as a percentage. Well, the line is proportional internet users, and the columns represent number of internet users on left axis as percentages. Again, it's a linear increase, but it's been increasing steadily. So anything that relates to the internet will still be in demand in future. You know, in 1990s, there was the collapse of .com businesses, but the world got out of that. Today we have big businesses such as Amazon in the field operating successfully. Yes. Translation.
Okay, thank you. I will translate this first. Jadi untuk komunikasi di dunia tadi, dari diagram-diagram yang tadi disampaikan oleh beliau, untuk subskripsi untuk handphone atau subscription untuk handphone di worldwide, jadi juga semakin meningkat sejak tahun 1994. Terus untuk penggunaan internet atau pengguna internet atau internet user, mereka juga naik mulai dari tahun 2005 hingga saat ini, yaitu dari 16,8% tadi di tahun 2005 hingga tahun 2019 yang terakhir tadi 53,6%. Jadi semua antara internet user atau pengguna mobile phone dan lain-lain itu, mereka semua berkembang lebih cepat dari generasi yang sebelumnya. Thank you.
Thank you. And this graph shows how mobile telephone subscriptions took over the fixed telephones. Subscribing to fixed telephones at home is going down. That's the blue line. While the red line shows that despite the fixed broadband subscriptions are in an increase, not a lot, but still increase. However, as the yellow line demonstrates, mobile cellular telephone subscriptions are ahead of the fixed one, and active mobile broadband subscriptions in green are doing greatly as well. Still an exponential increase there. So that indicates another market which is available today and will still be there years later. But this is similar to the graph we looked at before. You don't need a computer to access the internet anymore, the graph says. The translation is.
Oke, jadi dari data tersebut menunjukkan bahwa langganan internet rumah itu menurun, sedangkan penggunaan internet telepon meningkat. Jadi semakin zamannya bertambah, penggunaan telepon meningkat, membuat penggunaan internet telepon pun meningkat. Okay, you may continue.
Sorry, Mr. Orhan.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. We have 5 minutes again from now. Okay, thank you.
Let me finish this and then you translate. The mobile coverage 4G, LTE, and beyond already reached almost 6 billion people. So that shows how important that market is. The bandwidth usage increasing, and it's not linear, it's almost exponentially increase again. So it shows the value of internet in the job market. Social media use wide and still in an increase. This shows the third quarter 2020 for Facebook usage. And again, in percentages, Facebook usage analysis. And of course, digital around the world in 2018 was already in high percentages, in billions, and still in an increase. So that's the digital revolution that dominates the world today and will continue to dominate, and hopefully improving the usage of digital in the, well, getting over the digital divide. And this graph shows that 5 billion people use mobile phones, and that's from 2017. Monthly users for various social media communication means, again, millions, billions of people when you look at YouTube or WhatsApp and so on, or Messenger. So we see an increase in the use of telecom systems, social media, communications, the internet. Telecom is a market to stay as a job market. So in conclusion, and let me finish with that, and then you can translate. We talked about IT, ICT jobs, importance of communications, which is still growing, the internet, businesses through internet, social media, and so on. Artificial intelligence is certainly not only today's, but tomorrow's technology as well, associated with data science, machine learning, deep learning. Algorithms play an important role in developing all this. You cannot have data science, machine learning, or artificial intelligence without algorithms, without statistics. And software development is at the core of all this. Of course, other technological areas, biomedical engineering, protein engineering, genetics, pharmaceuticals, are still important fields, especially with what COVID-19 done to the world. We know that they will become even more important. I think I can stop my presentation there. Thank you very much for listening.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Orhan. I will translate first and then continue to next speakers. Oke, jadi untuk data-data yang tadi beliau sampaikan di sana adalah penggunaan sosial media seperti Facebook, terus ada Twitter, ada Instagram, YouTube, dan yang lain-lain. Mereka juga semakin meningkat dengan pesat. Untuk peningkatan yang pertama paling tinggi adalah Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, dan juga Messenger gitu. Jadi untuk kesimpulannya saya bacakan di sini, untuk job IT atau ICT adalah komunikasi, internet, AI atau artificial intelligence, data science, terus ada machine learning, dan juga pengembangan software. Untuk area yang lainnya ada di teknik biomedikal, ada di teknik protein, genetik, dan juga farmaseutikal atau tentang obat. Gitu. Terima kasih. Oke, untuk acara yang selanjutnya adalah pemaparan materi dari pembicara yang ketiga.
Oke, jadi pembicara yang ketiga adalah Dr. Kifayat Ulah dari CECOS University. Oke. Dr. Kifayat Ulah adalah asisten profesor dari Departemen Computer Science CECOS University of IT and Emerging Science. Dr. Kifayatullah, time and place you may present. Dr. Kifayat, can you speak first so that we know that we can hear you or not?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah. We can hear you.
Okay, thank you. And my screen is visible?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I would like to thanks to the STEKOM University for giving me this opportunity to present my thoughts on a very important and informative topic. My name is Kifayatullah. I'm working as assistant professor at CECOS University, Peshawar, Pakistan. Here is a roadmap for today's presentation. First, I would like to talk about the impact of the pandemic on our life, the positive aspect. Then I will talk about the IT careers in the year 2021. And finally, I will talk about some strategies for the students as well as for the educators, the teachers, and the lecturers. Could you please translate?
Oke, jadi Dr. Kifayat akan menjelaskan impact dari pandemik di kehidupan kita, impact positifnya, kemudian karir IT di 2021, lalu kemudian strategi untuk pengajar dan siswa. Oke, thank you. You may continue.
Okay. Well, the first thing I would like to talk about is remote working, or we can say work from home. The year 2020 was dominated by the pandemic, which leads to poverty and unemployment, among other factors. But on the positive side, we learned a different way to think about the future. This year also shows us the importance of technologies. For example, in this year 2021, most of the companies will prefer that their employee will work from their home. And we saw that some or majority of the universities, colleges, and even schools, they adopted the hybrid model. Sometimes you have to come to the university, schools, and colleges to attend the classes, while other times you have to stay at home and you would be able to use the technologies to attend the lectures and the classes. This area has seen a rapid growth during the pandemic, and we would like to see that it will grow in this and the coming years. Zoom, for example, grew from a startup in 2011, and it became public in 2019. And now we know that it is one of the leading technology that we are using to meet virtually. Among other technologies are the Microsoft Team, Google Hangout, GoToMeeting, and so on, all providing the video conferencing system which facilitate to work remote across the globe. And this webinar is one of the example. Yes, please.
Oke. Untuk yang pertama ini adalah impact dari COVID atau remote working. Jadi tahun 2020 ini didominasi oleh pandemi. Jadi kita belajar tentang masa depan kita semua itu dengan cara yang berbeda-beda. Apalagi di awal tahun 2020 ini, waktu sebelumnya itu, banyak perusahaan yang mempekerjakan karyawan dari rumah, tak terkecuali kampus, terus akademi, sekolahan, mereka belajar dari rumah gunakan dalam hal tersebut. Seperti Zoom yang digunakan di dunia bisnis hingga dunia pendidikan, hingga kemungkinan hingga tahun 2025, dan tidak terkecuali juga dengan Google Team yang mulai digunakan lebih banyak lagi seperti Hangout, Google Class, dan yang lain-lain. Thank you.
Okay. The second topic is about careers in 2021. some of the predicted careers in the field of IT, they are the focus of this presentation. I will not be able to present all the areas, but some of the hot areas I try to identify. The first area is about data science. And data science is the use of scientific methods, processes, algorithms, and systems to extract knowledge and insights from many structural and unstructured data. Data science is related with data mining, machine learning, AI, deep learning, and big data. The question is how big data is generated. We are living in a society which is dominated by the data. Data is generated by the human beings, it is generated by the machines, and it is generated by the organization. And data science is about analyzing and interpreting this complex data. And this will help the organization to make better, more informed, and timely decisions. The jobs related with data science are data scientist, data analyst, and data engineer. Data scientists draw upon skills and knowledge such as strong understanding of machine learning algorithms, data models, and the ability to pick out business issues and suggest suitable solutions. While data analysts and engineers, they will actually work on a process of inspecting, cleaning, transforming, and modeling data with the goal to discover useful information and draw upon conclusion that will support better decision. I was going through a report by World Economic Forum about the future of jobs. And it was listed there that data analyst and scientist is one of the top job roles that are increasing in the recent years. Over to you.
Oke, jadi ini adalah kurang lebih karir yang akan ada di 2021. Prof. Dr. Kifayat tidak bisa mencakup semua karir, tapi ini adalah beberapa karir yang akan ada di 2021. Salah satunya adalah ilmu data. Ilmu data ini atau data scientist ini merupakan mencakupi atau melingkup analisis data dan modeling. Dan salah satu pekerjaan data scientist yaitu data scientist dan data analis. Dan data scientist dan data analis ini akan menjadi salah satu pekerjaan yang dinantikan atau suatu pekerjaan yang banyak dicari di tahun 2021. Okay, you may continue.
Thank you. Next area which is going to dominate in the field of IT is related with the artificial intelligence. And my co-host, my colleague from the final University Cyprus, he talked in very detail about the AI. AI is undoubtedly one of the biggest technology trend at the moment. And during 2021, it will become an even more valuable tool for helping us to interpret and understand the world around us. The volume of data we are collecting on daily basis, it will continue to increase at a rapid speed. This means that machine learning algorithms will become better informed and increasingly sophisticated in the solution they uncover for us. Some of the jobs that will become hot in 2021 are artificial intelligence engineer, machine learning engineer, and robotics designers, drones designer, and vehicle automation. Vehicle automation is autonomous vehicle is also the second name for vehicle automation. Actually, it is a hot area, and many automobile industries, they are working to make their vehicles smart enough. In the future, we will see that our vehicles will be able to to communicate with one another and also with the surrounding environment. And we call them smart and intelligent vehicles. Many countries throughout the world, they have initiated different projects to address the issues of transportation. And it is known as intelligent transportation system. Honda, for example, they have recently announced that it will produce autonomous vehicles under certain conditions, and they will not require any driver for it. Tesla, on the other hand, they will also incorporate several features in their vehicles, and they will be able to change the lane automatically. Even they will be able to detect the traffic lights automatically. And other companies like Ford, they are also working on autonomous driverless car. And we would expect that up to 2025, 26, these vehicles would be on roads. Over to you.
Oke. Untuk bagian ini adalah karir IT tahun 2021 tentang Artificial Intelligence atau AI. Jadi AI ini adalah salah satu terbesar dari bagian teknologi hingga 2021 ini AI membantu banyak hal hingga sekarang. Jadi machine learning juga lebih bagus dan bisa menjadi solusi untuk kita semua. Dan untuk beberapa pekerjaan seperti tadi yang disebutkan teknik, untuk AI, desainer, dan lain-lain juga menggunakan AI. Untuk di masa depan kita juga bisa melihat dan berkomunikasi menggunakan AI mungkin untuk membuat proyek yang besar seperti sistem intelijen transportasi tadi. Dari situ kita juga tidak membutuhkan sopir lagi karena car atau mobilnya itu sudah bisa mengendara sendiri. Dan itu memungkinkan kita untuk menggunakan hal tersebut, jadi tidak perlu sopir lagi. Dan untuk car, untuk mobil yang disetir untuk mobil AI ini, dia juga bisa berkendara lebih cepat dan lebih aman. Thank you.
Welcome. Next area, which is going to dominate the year 2021, is about virtual, augmented, and mixed realities. Augmented reality and virtual reality have grown significantly in 2020. These technologies are now part of our everyday life. They are in the entertainment area and also in the business area. These technologies basically use glasses, or we can say headsets, to project computer-generated images directly into the user field of vision. Augmented reality, for example, it aids digital elements to a live view, often by using the camera on a smartphone. And I'm sure you are pretty familiar with Snapchat and also the game Pokemon Go, which were examples of AR technology. In Microsoft, HoloLens is one of the example which is actually using the AR, augmented reality. We also have the virtual reality, which is the use of computer technology to create a simulated environment. Unlike the traditional user interfaces, virtual reality places the user inside an experience. So the user, instead of viewing a screen in front of them, they are actually immersed and able to interact with the world in a 3D way. You can say in virtual reality, the user is placed into an entirely computer-generated environment. And we have seen virtual reality in the medical examinations and diagnosis, and they will increase in the recent years. For example, Google 3D Cardboard is an example, Oculus is another example. And now we will see a trend from AR and VR toward mixed reality, which is going to be the merging of real and virtual worlds to produce new environment and new visualization. So this is one thing which is going to dominate our IT world in 2021. Over to you.
Oke, jadi virtual dan augmented dan mixed reality ini akan terkenal di 2021 dan dikembangkan lebih di 2021. Biasanya virtual reality atau augmented reality ini tidak hanya di entertainment, tapi juga ada di business area yang biasanya menggunakan kacamata dan melalui kamera tersebut akan terlihat secara real oleh pengguna kacamata ini. Lalu VR juga menempatkan pengguna merasakan pengalaman secara langsung melalui VR tersebut. Lalu AR dan VR ini akan digabungkan dan akan menciptakan campuran kenyataan dan mesin. Oke, over to you.
Okay. Next area, which is like a traditional area in the field of IT, is software engineering. Software development professionals are emerging. Companies are seeking developers of all types to create new applications and software services to support the businesses. For example, Python developers are on the boom. Software development managers, back-end developer, front-end developer, data warehouse developers, all are on high demand. A new generation of more strategic-minded developer is emerging in 2021. For example, DevOps engineer are required in year 2021. UX designer, which means user experience designer, are required. And actually, they design software in such a way which will ensure the user requirements. It will meet the customer habit, their motivations, their behavior, and what they need. Another area which is on the boom in software engineering is full stack developer. Today, there are over 23 million developers globally. And it is estimated that by year 2023, it would reach to 28 millions. And it will make one of the highest paying technology jobs in the industry. Over to you.
Oke, untuk karir IT tahun 2021 ini masuk ke software engineering atau teknik software. Jadi di sini pengembangan software di perusahaan banyak mengembangkan dan membuat aplikasi yang baru. Seperti contohnya Titan dan lain-lain. Itu untuk tahun 2021 saat ini yang masih ramai, yang baru ramai saat ini adalah UX designer atau designer UX. Untuk software design ini juga UX designer.
Professor, Dr. You may
Yes.
continue first. Yeah.
Okay. Next area is about security. There is no question that cybersecurity is currently a topmost priority amongst the companies and businesses. This rise in cybercrime is prompting a sharp increase in cybersecurity. In addition to many security issues, for example, authentication, authorization, end-to-end encryption, and other services, trust is a new addition into the security. More than 3 million professionals will be required in the next 12 months in the field of cybersecurity. Therefore, you can say cybersecurity will account for many of the fastest growing jobs for technology in 2021. It will include security operations, governance, risk management, identity and privileged access management, cloud security, architecture security, new authorization techniques, new authentication technique, how to establish trust between the end parties involved in the communication, and so on. Over to you.
Oke. Salah satu karir yang akan meningkat di 2021 adalah keamanan cyber. Keamanan cyber ini menjadi prioritas utama karena kriminal cyber ini. Keamanan cyber juga akan sangat banyak dibutuhkan. Peningkatan keamanan cyber ini
mengakibatkan pekerjaan hilang, Kak. Jadi hal ini mengakibatkan pekerjaan butuh untuk keamanan seperti otorisasi, teknik autentikasi, dan juga keamanan cloud. Thank you.
Okay, next area is cloud computing. And I would say another terminology related with the cloud computing is edge computing and fog computing. And over the last few months, cloud computing has become a must-have technology for all the businesses. Organizations across all industries have been widely migrating to the cloud solution, and we saw it in year 2020. Amazon Web Services and Microsoft Azure are the two primary cloud providers in the industry. So cloud engineers would be required in this year and in the coming years in the world of IT. Over to you.
Oke, jadi untuk karir IT yang meningkat tahun 2021 ini adalah cloud computing. Jadi 1 bulan terakhir ini menjadi sangat, untuk cloud computing ini menjadi sangat digunakan dan termasuk paling digunakan juga untuk solusi cloud di awal 2020. Jadi untuk penggunaan dalam web, Microsoft, provider di dalam industri. Okay, you can continue. Okay, you can continue.
Okay, next area is Internet of Things, and the jobs that would be offered also highest paying jobs in today's IT world. The IoT solution architect is actually a leadership role, which will oversee the strategies behind the development and deployment of IoT.
Oke, jadi untuk karir IT meningkat tahun 2021 adalah IoT. Jadi IoT ini salah satu dari terbanyak di perusahaan, di beberapa untuk penggunaan leadership dan selalu menjadi strategi di belakang pengembangan solusi IT. You can make
Last
Okay, you can
area
make continue,
that
Ustaz.
I would like to talk about
you can make
is
continue, Ustaz.
intelligent transportation system. And it is an important component of the smart cities related with the networking side. Lecturers, professors, and students who are interested to work in intelligent transportation systems, they are more than welcome. As I am currently, it is actually an important component of the smart city concept. Software engineers, AI specialists, and networking related people, they are all required. Their services are required.
Oke, untuk karir IT di tahun 2021 yang meningkat ini termasuk salah satunya adalah ITS atau transportasi. Ini membuat sistem transportasi yang berbeda dari sebelumnya. Dan dengan menggunakan AI. Jadi untuk membuat performa transportasi yang sebelumnya buruk menjadi bagus dari sebelumnya, dan tersedia juga detail-detail ketika ada sebuah permasalahan. Okay, thank you. You can make up video.
Okay, last portion of this presentation is about strategies. Being educators, what we can do, and being students, what we can do. Online education and online learning, we learned a lot about it during 2020, during the COVID period. During this pandemic, more than 190 countries were in, even tuition centers. They conduct classes online by using different technologies like Zoom, Google Meet, Google Classroom, Coursera, and other platforms. Is known as hybrid model of teaching, which means that part of the course will be offered to the students online, and part of the course will be offered to the student on campus. And such model has learning, which is also known as virtual learning. It is important for educators to note that only recording, students love to interact with the resource person during the lecture. So universities and educators, they require to think on an education strategy that will involve
Oke, untuk strategi ini adalah strategi untuk edukator dan student atau siswa yang merupakan strategi pembelajaran secara hybrid. Ya, jadi hingga saat ini ada 1 juta hingga 50 juta kota saat ini menggunakan sistem pembelajaran secara online. Jadi menggunakan Google Meet, Google Classroom, dan juga yang lainnya dari Google. Dan ini recommended banget untuk digunakan dalam pengajaran online, seperti mengadakan kursus dari kampus secara online dengan pembelajaran hybrid ini. Jadi, walaupun mereka mengikuti secara online, mereka juga bisa berinteraksi antara edukator atau pendidik dan juga student. Dan sedangkan untuk cara yang merekam materi untuk itu merupakan model yang buruk dan tidak bagus untuk strategi pengajaran saat ini. Jadi sebaiknya berpindah ke pembelajaran hybrid. Gitu. You can continue.
My time is almost finished.
Okay, sorry.
Curriculum development.
We have 2 minutes again.
How much time do we have?
2. Okay.
Okay. So we need to work on our curriculum. As the field of curriculum, we need to update our curriculum. And also we need to shift our teaching from teacher-centric approach to student-centric approach in order to accommodate the changes. We always need to keep ourselves updated for the educators as well as for the students. That is also a requirement. And for the educators, I would recommend that we need to believe in our students' potential, because a teacher's success always begins with the success of their students. Always have high expectations from our students. Believe in their potential to succeed, and make sure you push your students toward their limits and beyond their limits. For that, you have to set some goals along with your students. Another very important thing is we need to develop skill-oriented courses, because in the future, I am afraid that there will be no physical educations and the degrees would be useless. The only things that the companies would require is skills. So we need to develop some skill-oriented courses. And also incubation centers should be there at the university levels, and also software houses. If we develop these 2 components in our universities, it will make a big difference. And another thing that I would like to focus is entrepreneurship. Instead of searching for a job, why not to offer jobs to the others? So this is an area on which I would like the students to spend some time. And startups, we need to encourage our young students to convert their ideas into a workable project. Okay. And finally, linkages with the industry, that is very much important. Our students are not aware of what is happening in the industries, and our industries are unaware of what is happening in the academia. So there is a big gap between the academia and the industry. In addition to that, I would recommend the student to form groups based on their interest. I would recommend them to participate in different events, to participate in different cultural exchange programs. And it is important for the universities to develop programs which will focus on the exchange of faculties as well as students. And also incubation centers and computer clubs, societies, they are recommended for the students as well as for the faculty. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Okay, thank you so much. Untuk Oke, untuk kurikulum, kurikulum yang direkomendasikan oleh beliau ini memang harus update dan harus diganti untuk pengajaran ke mahasiswa. Jadi kita harus percaya untuk edukator atau pendidik itu harus percaya dengan potensi siswanya dan membantu push untuk potensi mereka sehingga mereka bisa mendapatkan hal yang seharusnya mereka dapatkan. Jadi mereka bisa fokus dengan pendidikannya dan tidak fokus dengan hal-hal yang tidak perlu seperti itu. Untuk KI di masa depan juga sangat digunakan dalam hal pendidikan instansi pendidikan juga dan di perusahaan sehingga hal ini akan membuat perubahan yang sangat besar di masa depan. Untuk selanjutnya tadi ada startup, ada entrepreneur juga dan yang lain-lain. Seperti itu, thank you. Oke, sepertinya kita udah di penghujung acara dan selanjutnya adalah Q&A. Untuk pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang sudah masuk sudah kami tampung. Oke, untuk pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang untuk pertanyaan yang sudah diketik di live saya sudah kami tampung. Tapi khusus untuk Bapak Mampuono mohon untuk standby dulu ya Pak, karena nanti jenengan bagian terakhir. Gitu. Untuk pertanyaan-pertanyaan ini adalah untuk speaker yang kedua dan ketiga. Mungkin ada dari audiens yang ingin bertanya secara langsung, silakan untuk raise hand. Adakah pertanyaan?
Silahkan Kak. Silahkan Kak Sela Santika.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Is my voice clearly hearing?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. My name is Sela from STEKOM University, and I would like to ask to Mr. Kifayat. So what I see from this presentation, in the future, there will be many new opportunities related to digitalization. So that it is possible that in the end, the companies will use more of the machines they create rather than human beings themselves. So do you think it is possible that in the future, robots will dominate the industrial world rather than human labor? And do you think this is something positive considering the number of unemployed continues to increase? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question. Your question is very interesting. There is a movie and the name of the movie is Her, H-E-R, Her. And it is about the revolution of robot and a relationship between the human beings and the robots. To answer your question, I would not say that robots are going to completely replace the human era, but I would rather say that robots will facilitate human beings in many areas. Okay, so facilitation would be there, not replacement.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr.
Oke. Silahkan Kak.
What do you call it? People to sorry. So, you know, the children would learn at a certain level, standardized education. Well, now we're in a different era where everything, education, like information is so fast. What kind of schooling is appropriate for today's world? Is the schooling that we know, where everyone learns the same thing, actually is appropriate for today's world? I think that's my question. Thank you.
Ya, maaf Kemeti, pertanyaannya untuk siapa ya?
Oh, for Professor Orhan?
Yes, hello again.
Okay, so
I'll try to answer. The traditional schooling has not proved to be that successful. First of all, should everyone learn the same thing? There's certain fundamental knowledge and skills that we want everyone to acquire, develop. We can't say, well, people not knowing this. But then, at a certain stage, you have to discover the students' abilities, interests, and differentiate teaching accordingly. That's the first point I want to make. Secondly, we have to get away from recall, recite type teaching. We have to teach children how to learn independently. That's essential. Another point I want to make is it's important to help children develop analytical skills. It doesn't matter in which discipline they'll develop in future, what jobs they'll get, analytical skills will always enable them to do well. I think that's the summary answer I can give. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Professor Orhan. Is there anyone who want to ask the question live or directly? You could just raise your hand. Okay, ada yang ingin bertanya secara langsung lagi? Bisa angkat tangan. Kalau misalnya tidak ada, ini ada pertanyaan yang sudah kami tampung tadi. Untuk Dr. Kifayat.
Yes, please.
Yes, the question is from Endang Setiarini to Mr. Kifayat. What are the stages of applying effective AR or VR learning methods so that it's become fun learning?
I would recommend Professor Orhan to answer this question because I'm not sure, but I think it is his area. AI is his area. Professor Orhan, could you please answer the question?
Well, AI is a field of interest for me. I'm a telecom engineer, more than that. But can you repeat the question, please? It's about making AI more interesting. Did I get it right?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna repeat the question. So, what are the stages of applying effective AR and VR learning?
Sorry, the voice is poor quality. What are the stages of making AI? Then I didn't get the rest. Sound is of poor quality. Can't hear anything at all. Okay, let me try to say something based on what I understood. Hopefully I got it right with this poor quality of sound. First of all, I was writing something in my comments as well. It's important to introduce kids at early stages of their education to developing, writing simple algorithms, very simple one they can develop themselves. Because algorithms are the base of every computer program, any machine learning, any AI application. So there are fun ways of making kids turn it into a play to write some simple algorithms. As they get older, they grow, they learn more. We can turn this into developing more useful, but mostly game-based, play-based algorithms. So step by step, they can become analytical thinkers, independent learners, and algorithm developers. Because the heart of AI is developing algorithms, but they have to be able to see its application because that's the enjoyment part. If you don't give kids something that they enjoy, they won't learn. That's my short answer.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Orhan. Okay, thank you. So there's require all of us to be prepared without mentioning these steps or way
So I can't understand any
or
sound
ways
on my
how to. So what do you think
Okay.
about
This any question? Anybody can listen me? Can hear me? Okay, here is the question from Nur Rahman, teacher senior high school. He is teacher senior high school. He think about technology as a solution to improving the quality of student learning. However, the gap with industry is still very far. So how to solve the gap with industry? This question is for Mr. Orhan and also Mr. Kifayat.
So is it okay? Shall I be the first? Right. It's how to use technology to make learning interesting. Is that the question? But actually, what I said earlier is applicable here as well. Technology enables kids to do something they enjoy. That's how it should be. Rather than learning it, doing it in official classroom teaching, it should be organized around play with technology, eventually helping them to build something simple. For example, there were robots which come disassembled. Kids can start with that, and then eventually at certain ages can learn to program them, to direct them to do different functions, to perform different functions. I believe at primary school stage, everything should be developed around plays, games for kids, and make them work as part of teams, not independently. So anything enjoyable, which is performed through use of technology, we help them think differently, develop different skills to handle technology in future. But eventually, kids should learn to develop algorithms because whatever will be to do with technology in near future will be based on algorithm development and programming. So there are some software that can be used by kids to help with this as well, such as Scratch. Introduce at schools. First, teachers should learn it, of course. Then let students do something that they can get and see results of. That's what makes it enjoyable, and enjoyment means learning. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your answer. And Pak Mampuono, apakah standby?
Yeah, I'm available.
Okay. Yes, here is a question for you. Is Nura Anissa? She is Nura from Nasima International School, Semarang. We have question. Okay, in her opinion, teacher in Indonesia still about transferring knowledge to their students, and they don't know how to build life skills to their students, which is the most important to them. Teachers always think that academic is the matter. So we know that better academic doesn't mean that someone will become the most successful person in the future. So what do you think about this problem and what the solution? You can answer, Mr. Mampuono. About this problem and what the solution. You can
The bandwidth of the internet, but can you make a question in a simple word that I can answer directly to the question? Question directly to me. Or can I see from the writing in the chat so that I can read that and I can answer the question? Mas Solikan, would you please help me to paste the question of I don't know exactly the name because.
Yeah, sorry for a bad connection. This question, I think, from YouTube, right? No. Oh, here is from Zoom. Wait a moment. This is so early question.
Would you please send me the question on my WhatsApp so that I can read that and give the answer?
I will text from here because in my Zoom is nothing. Wait a moment.
I don't want to make this program become rather bit reduced in the quality because of the question that cannot be cut very well by me.
May I?
Oh yeah, okay. I've got the question from Nura Umanisa. Yeah. The question, Nasima International School Semarang. But I know Mbak Nura Uma Anissa is not from the national Nasima, but now she is in Nasima. I have a question. In my opinion, teachers in Indonesia are still in the step of transferring knowledge to their students. They don't know how to build life skill to their student, which is the most important to them. Teachers always think that academic is the matter. We know that better academic doesn't mean that someone will become the most successful person in the future. So what do you think about this problem and what's the solution? Many thanks. Yeah, as we know that now we are in an organization of the what so-called emerging modern organization of teachers. That is the Ikatan Guru Indonesia or Indonesian Teachers Association. We will make a lot of problem connecting with not only government but also the industrial field, industrial company, and all the society members that have good care to education. If it is said that in Indonesia, teachers tend to take care almost only to the academic things, I think I rather bit agree with you, but we are now in the process of transformation. And I'm sure that by the movement of education like Guru Penggerak by the Minister of Education and also our movement in our education, we will change the teachers' mindsets, especially teachers should be a model of the students. Teachers should have good hard skill and also soft skills, and also they have to master their 4 competencies. And then not only that, they have to also master the literacies, the 4 core literacies, and also the teacherpreneurship. By combining all, and then also the machine that organize the things to make the teacher can transfer the knowledge not only about the subject matter, but also how to live better in the era of IR 4.0 of our society 5.0. We in the future, sure that our dream to make Indonesian students to live like other generation in other countries in what so-called Golden Indonesia is something really real and optimistically can be reached by us together. So collaboration between teachers, government, organization, organization or profession, teacher profession, and also the industrial and company field, I think will be a great power to make Indonesian students can live in balance even better than other countries student, other countries generation, especially we have a demographic bonus that will be used very well. Thank you. It's a very long answer.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mampuono. Here is any question again. Maybe this is the last question. This is from Dedis Petualang. How is the viewpoint of education in Indonesia viewed from the point of view of other countries? And what strategies are suitable for teachers in Indonesia to face global challenges like today in order to equip students for life after education? Mr. Mampuono? Hello?
Yep, I just have a call from someone so that I cannot, sorry, yeah. I'm really very sorry because you said that that's the last question, but is there any other question that I have to answer? Mbak Asep.
Okay. Oh ya, Pak.
Yeah, is there anything that I have to do after the last question you said just now?
Yes. Here is any last question for you, Mr. Mampuono.
Oh yeah,
from
would you
Dede
please
Sang
send
Petualang.
to my oh yeah, from Dede Sang Petualang.
Yeah,
How's
yeah.
viewpoint of education in Indonesia viewed from the point of view of other country, and what strategies are suitable for teachers in Indonesia to face global challenges like today in order to equip students for life after education? Yeah. I think the question is similar to the question before. This is about how to make our student can live in the era of transformation, in the era of modern technology, in the era of AI, Internet of Things, something that we have to face and our students have to face. So I don't know exactly the point of view of other educators in other countries, but in Indonesia, there should be built something that can unitize the vision of the national education of Indonesia to reach prosperous country, which is called as Golden Indonesia. In the tip is the teachers' competencies. So everybody have to gather collaboration in one motivation, and also any program that support that dream that can be affordable. This is maybe something what so-called philosophical or epistemology, but the real implementation of this kind of epistemology or philosophical thing is by starting from ourselves. Like what I've present in my slide, that the strategy of the teacher first is teacher should be a lifelong learner. What so-called in our religions, especially the Muslim religion, is that utlubul ilmi min al-mahdi ila lahdi. So we have to be the true lifelong learners, and then to prepare to face the new era with the skills which is in demand, like global teacherpreneurship, good hard skills and soft skill and after skills, and also developing adaptive solution program in collaboration with companies, industrial field, in strong and eternal merits that can born Indonesian generation, which is strong and can be what so-called Indonesia as the Golden Indonesia. This is it. Thank you.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mampuono, for your answer, and thank you for speaker Mr. Orhan. Thank you, Mr. Kifayat. Thank you for joining until finish, and
You
Mr.
are
Mampuono.
welcome.
Yeah, thank you. See you on the next webinar, and maybe. Okay. Mungkin ada tambahan, Pak. Oke, I think that is enough. Mohon maaf jika sempat ada kesalahan teknis, dan mohon maaf juga jika ada kesalahan yang lain. Terima kasih telah standby hingga akhir, dan terima kasih telah mengikuti acara hingga akhir. Sampai jumpa di acara webinar internasional atau webinar yang selanjutnya. Terima kasih, sampai jumpa.
Ya, sama-sama Mbak. Mohon maaf ini suaranya dari masih
Mantap.
pecah-pecah.
CECOM juga mantap.
Mantap.
Mantap, sampai jumpa. Terima kasih, Pak.
Terima kasih, Pak.
Mantap. Mantap.
Assalamualaikum.
Universitas CECOM mantap.
Terima kasih Pak Mampu.
Para narasumber sangat baik.
Profesor
Oke, thank you
Everyone,
very
thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you very
Terima kasih
much.
semuanya.
Thank you, Pak.
Dan materinya.
Matur
narasumber.
Thank you.
Oke, thank you.
Thank you, matur nuwun.
Mr. Kifayat, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
all.
you.
Thank you and see you.
Aaron.
Thank you, Pemampu.
Thank you.
Sama-sama.